Next up is a question from Hector, who wants to know, what should I look for when buying a table tennis table? In terms of the colour, the weight, the brand, what things should he consider? So what is important when choosing a table tennis table?
So the main things to look at when you are considering a table tennis table are firstly, the thickness of the top. Now, we're not talking about this whole thickness here. This is just a skirting, this part here. We're just talking about how thick the actual piece of wood is that the ball's bouncing on. So that's the thickness that you're looking for there. As a guide, if you can get anything around 18, 20 mils or even more, then that's better. The thicker, the better, because the thicker it is, the more even bounce you're going to get all over the table. Think about it in the extreme. If you had a really thin piece of wood, it'd be too flexible, too soft, and then the outside would be a bit different to the inside. So a nice thick piece of wood is what you're really looking for. As far as the types of brands, there's a whole lot of brands out there. It's more about just sticking with a brand that is pretty well known. You know, we use the Stiga tables at the moment, but there's literally you know, lots and lots of brands that you can use. Stiga, Yasaka, Butterfly, DHS, etc., etc. If you do need any advice, just ask us on the Ask the Coach page of the website, and we'll give you some feedback as to what we think about different brands of tables. The next thing that you need to think about is also thinking about the net and how easy that is to take off. So the net that we've got here is, it's again a Stiga net. It's pretty sturdy. It's got a screw down the bottom here, which you loosen, and then that just comes off on one side, then you do the same on the other side. And that's pretty easy to take off there. A simple way of rolling these up, and I see players sort of rolling them up a little, just put the two clamps together and then you just roll them over like that. And then that's all set there for you for the next time you want to use the net. So let's now think about the table. So the other really important things about the table are how portable they are. So especially if you're going to be setting up the table and putting it down all the time, we're lucky here in the PingSkills shed we can leave it set up all the time, but certainly at home you might be looking to have it out in your lounge room or somewhere else. So you need to think about how portable and how easy they are to fold up. These ones here are very easy. So you see that they come, the table comes apart into two halves. Then all you need to do is lift up the table like that. It locks in and you've now got half a table there. And the other thing then is how good the wheels are. So the bigger, the thicker and the chunkier the wheels that you can get, the better. If you've got little caster wheels, they're going to break really easily, especially if you are moving them a lot and on floors like, you know, concrete floors and things, they will break very easily. So the bigger wheels that you can get, the better it is. The next thing you think about is, okay, so how easy it is to move, but also how easy it is to store. So you can see here that that's going to store pretty easily because that's the width here, and that's the base of the space that you really need. Now I'll go around here and just fold up the other one for you. So now, always store them face to face, and you can see that now basically it stores in a very small area that you can put away and tuck away in a corner of your room, so that now you've got a whole whole room that you can use again. So they're the main things that I like to advise people on when they're buying a table tennis table for the first time. So the thickness of the wood, how easy it is to fold up, the size of the wheels and the portability, and then also the storage area. So, and those things may have different relevance to you, but if you think about for yourself what's important in a table for you, and then go from there. For me, number one though is thickness of the top.